Well, I think Case needs to keep the momentum going. You saw that last week in the second quarter when they put up 21 answered points. That's the kind of quick strike that we have come to see from the Spartans over the years, and I think that's what they need to do. They need to put Wasu on the defensive. They need to kind of limit what Wasu can do offensively. They need to win on first down so that it becomes second and long. And offensively, again, you don't need Eric Olson to win the game for you. What you need from Eric Olson is to manage the game, put together some sustained drives, get some confidence back in that offense, and have them put up some points early.
All right, we are ready to go. Case will kick off. Wasu will have the ball first. We are underway here at Case Field, all the way back near the 10-yard line. This is Scott Donnelly bringing it back on the opening kickoff return. He gets out across the 20 and down on the 25-yard line as he was tackled right there, brought down by Case's Jake LaFleur. And the Wasu Bears will come out. They'll be led by quarterback Eric Daganella, who has completed 51% of his passes this season, 54 of 106 on the season for 684 yards and 5 touchdowns. Running back is Chris Castelluccio. You'll hear a name familiar to Case fans. Their fullback is Trevor Labarge, who played a season here at Case before transferring to his hometown university. He's from the St. Louis area.
Castelluccio was a workhorse last season in the game played at Francis Field on the campus of Wasu. Castelluccio had 23 carries in the ball game in the 16-6 win for Case.
Daganella fakes a drop back, hands the football off to Trevor Labarge, gets the first carry of the ball game, and Labarge stuffed for no gain. And it'll be second down and 10 for Wasu. We are just underway here at Case Field.
Yeah, fake that toss, sweep to the outside, see if they could get the Case linebackers moving to their left. Came back with the counter inside of the fullback.
Daganella will work from the shotgun. Castelluccio is the lone setback. He's a left-handed quarterback. Will throw it over the middle, intended for wideout Tim Bartholomew. It is incomplete, thrown just a little bit behind Bartholomew. And it'll be third down and 10.
Well, Ryan Ferguson was ready for that from his linebacker strong safety position, recognized that it was going to be that drag over the middle, stopped his drop back, planted himself in the path, and really forced the tight end to make a roundabout, almost a banana type route, as opposed to crisply coming over the middle, and it threw the timing off of that play.
Well, they have 3 receivers on the right. Daganella will roll that way, wings it deep downfield, had a man open, and it is incomplete, intended for Ryan Lubatkin, and he put that one right on the numbers, Ed, in the middle of triple coverage. But the ball pops away incomplete, and it's fourth down. That was a nice throw by Daganella.
Yeah, and it's unlike what we've seen here in the Cleveland area over the last week or so, where we've had rain and we've had wet. It's a dry day today. It's cold, but it's dry. Really no excuse there. Case defensively got caught biting up to the underneath receivers, and Wasu unable to convert.
They will have to punt. Eric Shalafor is the punter, and he gets off a good kick all the way back to the 40-yard line. You'll get a penalty here as Calabrese was waiting on the fair catch. The Bears ran into him at the Case 40-yard line, and they will mark off penalty yardage. What did you make of that play, Ed?
Well, for Calabrese, he made no bones about it. He simply drifted under. As soon as the punt got up high enough, he drifted under, gave the fair catch, had to take a step to his right, and sure enough, Wasu had him surrounded, but in the process made contact. So Case will actually get the ball to start within Wasu territory on the interference call.
There you see the interference. And they will mark it ahead to the 45-yard line of the Wasu Bears, and that's where Case will take over on their first offensive possession of the day. We have no score, just 1 minute and 2 seconds into the first quarter. Eric Olson is the quarterback, tight formation. 3 receivers on the left side, but all lined up tight to the left end. They will pitch the ball to Secret. Secret gets some blocking, dives ahead, picks up a couple, maybe 3. Second down coming up for the Spartans. Case Western Reserve averaging 142 yards per game on the ground. Secre getting the first carry. He's averaging almost 79 yards a game. Olsen, the quarterback, one of the 19 seniors honored today. Olsen looks over to the sidelines to get a new play. 2nd down and 7 from the WashU 42-yard line. Olsen to throw it, guns it over the middle. That was intended for Vinny Bell.
And yet another drop.
Well, pardon me, it was intended for Brian Erb, the freshman out of Charlotte, who crossed over the middle. And that ball again, maybe a little bit low, Ed, but right there in the hands.
That's catchable as well. That ball should have been caught by Erb. That's just below the waist, and I wonder if maybe it being as cold, it's really the coldest we've seen it all season, if that ball just feels like a rock coming into their hands.
Yeah, low to mid 40s expected for this game today, but as Ed alluded to, right now it is dry. WashU showing blitz on 3rd down and 7 from the 42. Olsen back to throw, gets rid of the football, and some miscommunication as Brian Rice was sprinting down the sideline. Throw came well behind him, and Case will be forced to punt as they're looking at a 4th and 7. The punting game last week, very effective with Olsen staying in the game to punt.
And this will probably be a pooch kick from Eric Olsen. It's been very effective this year.
He'll drop back in regular punt formation now. He executed some pooch kicks very well last week against Chicago, and this one is high in the air, and it will bounce into the end zone for a touchback. So Olsen with a 22-yard net punt when they bring it back out to the 20, and both teams fizzle on their offensive possessions to start the game. We have no score in the first quarter. Well, it's very nice of you to join us again today. We missed you last week.
Yeah, unfortunately unable to make that trip to Chicago, but had a chance to listen into a little bit of the game, and
it was very lonely up in the booth, and a lot of people commenting on the Case website that they really missed your commentary.
I'm sure they did.
Daganella back out for the WashU Bears. LaBarge goes in motion, and they will wing it out to the far side. It is caught by Drew Sexton. Sexton, one of their top receivers, he makes his 32nd catch of the season. He has a couple of touchdown receptions this year. This one goes only for short yardage. They pick up about 1.5 yards, and it's 2nd down and 8.
That play designed to just let Sexton try to create something. It's almost like a long handoff, get the ball out to him near the numbers, see if he can make the first man miss and pick up about 5 or 6.
2nd and 8, football marked on the WashU 22. We have no score in the first quarter. They will hand this one up the middle, and still churning and trying to break free of a couple of tackles. Ball was carried for the first time today by John Hageman, the 6'1" junior out of Chatham, Illinois.
Boy, the Case defensive linemen really have their hooks into those running backs for WashU. You notice one, I believe it was Michael Harris that had him stood up initially, and then Dessens and Watson came over. Both were hacking at the football, trying to rip it away, trying to create a turnover deep in WashU territory.
Hageman not appearing on the depth chart, his 15th carry of the season. He'll stay in the backfield with LaBarge. Back to throw Daganella, quarterback draw. Tries to run up the middle. He's tripped up by Adam Watson, who grabbed him around the ankle and brought him down at the 27-yard line, a pickup of 3.
Well, Watson from his left defensive end position took off the line and then stunted on a inside route back to the middle of the field. He came on a stunt and happened to be right into the running lane of where Daganelli was going, and was able to knock him down and click his ankles together.
Had to leave it at 4th and 3 at the 27-yard line. The Bears will punt. Calabrese sets up at his own 40. We're in the first quarter with no score. Here's the punt by Chalafor. That ball might have been blocked. They still got it up in the air, but that ball might have been tipped by the Spartans, and it will roll only to the 45-yard line. That'll be an 18-yard kick with no return, and the Spartans do a nice job coming after that punt, and someone got a paw on that one, Ed, and stopped it from going all the way to Calabrese.
Well, I know you and I both saw the ball almost change direction. The spin changed, but the referee made no indication that there was contact with the football. Odd that I guess maybe it was assumed, but even on that, there should be some kind of motion from the officiating crew that the ball was tipped.
Billy Beecher checks in at quarterback for Case. We have no score. Beecher, accomplished running quarterback, and he runs straight ahead and plows over the 40 and gets close to the 37-yard line. Very nice run by Beecher on first down to pick up close to 8 yards. Billy Beecher, the sophomore out of Palmyra, PA, 6'2", 195. He'll stay in. Shotgun formation.
We saw Beecher against Worcester here about a month ago, and then a couple of weeks ago in the overtime win at Oberlin. Very effective carrying the team as a running quarterback.
That play goes nowhere as Nelson Wume makes the stop on Manny Secre, cutting down Secre behind the line of scrimmage. It'll remain 3rd down and 3. They say Secre got back to the line of scrimmage, but it looked like he went down for a loss. Secre will stay in the game.
Well, this is 4-down territory for the Spartans. It's a little long for Wancoon Park and probably too close to pooch punt.
Beecher takes the snap. He will throw it. Caught by Rice. Makes his way close to the 35 before he is hit and tackled by Peter Lowry, the linebacker, the junior, who wipes out Brian Rice, who's giving it a go today on a sore hamstring.
About a football short. Rice was a little tentative cutting it back to the inside. And so now Case faced with 4th and less than a yard. They'll bring in the double tight end set.
So they pick up 2 on the pass to Rice, and Beecher at the line of scrimmage. Delaney on the right, Volbers on the left as the double tight end set, and Beecher goes straight ahead, diving in behind the center, Andy Burkbile.
Well, the lines judge on this side has him marked for a first down. The side judge had him a little short, or the head linesman had him a little short.
They will say it's a first down, so Beecher gets the 1 yard he needed. Case's drive lives on. 1st and 10 from the 35-yard line of the WashU Bears. Washington University, coached by Larry Kinbaum, longtime head man at WashU.
Spent some time at Kenyon College as well in Gambier, Ohio.
Eric Olson checks in now, and Olson will roll out to the right, looking downfield for Zach Scott. He's covered. Now Olson tries to run it, and he gets hit and dropped near the 34. Maybe they'll give him the 33. 8:20 to go in the first quarter. We have no score here on a cloudy and overcast and downright cold day here at Case Field. Secre sets up in the backfield behind Olson. Secre is a good 6 yards behind Olson under center. Lapsevic goes in motion. They will hand it to Secre, and he is tackled with little gain as he tried to move straight up the middle, ran into the arms of Kevin Kosowitz, the defensive lineman, the sophomore who wrapped up Secre.
The timing on that play was bad from the start as the motion man was coming through the middle for Case. That was Sean Lapsevic. His job was to trap that inside defensive tackle for WashU. Wasn't able to get there because of when he arrived in the backfield. Secre had to avoid Lapsevic, and everything broke down from there.
3rd down and 10 from the 35-yard line. Olson back to throw. Gives a screen pass to Secre. Makes the catch, but he is quickly shoved to the turf by Tate Byers of WashU. That one will go down as a 1 yard loss, and the Spartans hitting a wall here as they got to the 35-yard line, but now looking at a 4th down and 11.
Now WashU's bringing the blitz. They have no safety over the top. Nobody in the middle of the field. Case looked to slow down the blitz there with the screen pass, but WashU read it well.
Brian Erb, the lone receiver on the left. They have 2 on the right, Scott and Lapsevic. They'll snap it straight to Secre. They'll give it to Erb. Erb trying to run it, turns the corner on the right side, close to first down yardage, as he is tackled near the 25-yard line. That's where they needed to be.
He's going to be about a football short. He needed to get inside the 25, and he's going to be just outside the 25.
Well, a good play by Erb, running hard after taking that handoff from Secre on the reverse, and he comes up just inches short as he runs for 10, but they needed 11.
Erb cut it to the inside instead of going to the outside. I think if he went to the outside of quarterback Eric Olson, Olson would have run some interference for him and given him a shot at an angle at the first down. Instead, he cut it back inside and was brought down just short of the first down.
Bears come back out offensively on their own 25-yard line. Castelluccio gets the handoff, runs over the left side out near the numbers on the left side of the field, and gets cut down near the 30-yard line. Good first down run for Chris Castelluccio, who comes in averaging 63 yards a game on the ground. Second down and 5 now for the Bears. Daganella with Drew Sexton split out wide to the right. Tim Bartholomew on the left. They will hand it to Castelluccio, grabbed by Watson, still ends up grabbing about 3 yards on the carry. Wade Self finally finished him off. It'll be a short third down, 3rd and 3 coming up for the Bears.
And the Spartans are almost in an offset 4-4 set, Dave, defensively. They're just challenging Wasu to throw the football. It's going to be tough for the Bears to continue to run against an 8-man box, but that's where we stand.
Well, some movement on the line. They'll get flags coming out. Looks like this one will go against the Bears. They'll mark it back to the 27-yard line, and it will be 3rd down and 8.
Bryant, Dessens, Harris, and Watson up front for Case. And then you notice Kevin Nossum is also on that line in a stand-up 2-point stance on the edge, creating almost a 5-man line. Then you have Wade Self in the middle. Case is also bringing Firamonte up and Ryan Ferguson.
Flick Banky, Dieter and Calabrese in the secondary. Daganella rolls out to his left, now gets rid of the football, and the pass is incomplete as they had a man open. That was Max Elliott, who was cutting just over the numbers near the hash marks on the right side of the field, and that ball popped right out of his hands, Ed, and that hit him in stride. He would have been able to keep on running for a long time.
Another drop today by the receivers. You just have to wonder what might be going on with them. That's 2 for Wasu, 1 for Case Western earlier. And we mentioned, I think Wasu was a little confused there. Case had shown the 8 in the box, and then they went back to a 3-3 set with Adam Watson dropping into coverage.
Shalaford to punt. He gets this one away, a short kick, and it takes a nice Case bounce and goes out of bounds over near the Wasu bench. And Case again will start their drive in Bears territory at the 44-yard line.
Well, most of this first quarter has been played between the Bears 25 and the midfield stripe. We've just been back and forth exchanging possessions on a 20-yard stretch. That flag football-esque.
That was a 17-yard punt with no return.
On a back, that's on the heels of an 18-yarder earlier in the first quarter.
Olson will bring him back out on offense. No score here in the first quarter. We have 4:36 to go at Case Field. Glad to have you with us today for our presentation of Spartans football. It'll go to Secre on the ground. Good hole. Runs straight ahead and is close to first down yardage as he gets all the way out to the 36-yard line. That's going to be at least a pickup of 8. I don't think that was a favorable spot, Ed.
No, that's a lot shorter than I thought he had. And whereas Lapsevic missed that trap block coming from the wing position earlier, George Duraney got a nice trap block on Seth Wright, the defensive end, and really allowed Secre to cut up inside off that trap. Here it is again.
Secre on the run is hit after a short game this time. He gets to the 35. And again, I think he'll be a little bit short. This will be a 3rd and 1 coming up for Case Western Reserve. Well, you mentioned Larry Kinbaum earlier, coaching at Kenyon College from 1983 to 1989. Also served as the head baseball coach and the head golf coach while at Kenyon College. So he was a busy man during that 6-year stretch. Secre on the run, 3rd and 1, has the first down and more. Gets to the 25, to the 20, inside the 20, tackled near the 18-yard line, finally brought down by Jonathan Way, the freshman defensive back. And Secre gets the first down and much more as Case gets into the red zone.
Case with the backside run, they had loaded up the right side, and Secre brought it back to the left. And Wasu had overcommitted to the strong side of the formation.
3 minutes to go, first quarter, no score. Case threatening. Olsen takes the snap under center. They'll go to Hanslick, his first carry of the day. Ricky Hanslick gets inside the 15-yard line. Good hard running down close, maybe to the 12. It'll be a second down, a long 5 coming up for the Spartans. Hanslick, the sophomore out of Mentor. High in the backfield as they bring him Adam Hockman at fullback. And Secre stays at tailback. 10 left on the play clock for Case. Olsen takes the snap. They will hand it to Secre. Nowhere to run that time. Runs right into the waiting arms of Peter Lowry. So Case looking now at 3rd down and 6 from the 13-yard line. Kinbaum, a former assistant coach at Ohio State Ed under the great Woody Hayes.
Woody Hayes, yes. He served for a year or so down there in Columbus.
1:56 to go, first quarter. Case looking at a 3rd down here, 3rd and 6. Secre, the lone setback, 3 receivers on the right, and a whistle. And it looks like a timeout is taken by the Spartans. They will talk over this key 3rd down play. No score first quarter. We'll take a timeout as well. More to come from Case Field after this timeout. .148 to go here in the first quarter. David Wilson along with Ed Dougherty. 3rd down and 6 from the 13-yard line. Spartans talk things over with Greg Debelak. And they will see what they can do here on 3rd down. 2 receivers on each side. Vinny Bell is checked in on the far left for Case. He had a breakout game last week. They will swing it to Bell, makes the catch inside the 10 to the 5, and he is in, powers his way in. Touchdown Spartans. 13-yard touchdown pass to Vinny Bell, the former 2-time All-American soccer player here at Case, and he scores his first touchdown of the season as the Spartans take a 6-0 lead.
Yeah, I give Garrett Hartig credit. Hartig led that wide receiver screen downfield, and Bell just followed his path into the end zone.
Tap Tasker will hold it, and Juan Kuhn Park will kick it through. The long snapper is Seth Wright. Here is the kick. It is on the way, and the point after touchdown is good. And the Spartans jump on top by a score of 7-0 with 1:42 to go here in the first quarter. Wasu ball when we come back after this timeout on the Spartans Broadcasting Network.
I have this cool cash. What can I do with it? You can turn it into a hot meal at Rascal House. It's the best value in town. What do they have there? Buckets of wings, pasta, sandwiches, salads, and of course, great pizza. Are they open late? You bet. Open every night till 2:30 a.m. And you can even build your own pizza and order it online at rascalhousepizza.com.
Cool. See you at the Spartans game?
Yep, and see you after at Rascal House.
Case converting on third down, and not only getting the first down, but the touchdown on a pass from Eric Olson to Vinny Bell. Well, Vinny just relieved he can use his hands now.
That's right.
Didn't have to kick the ball through. Great catch and run by Bell, and the Spartans now lead at 7-0, late stages of the first quarter here at Case Field. Juan Kuhn Park will kick it away. Scott Donnelly and Mike McGovern are back deep. Looks like McGovern will have it at the 14-yard line to the 20, 25. Hit and hauled down right there. Adam Watson got him on the tackle. And the Bears will come out at their own 26 to start this drive. Watson, one of those 19 seniors honored today on the field before the game. Hope to see all of you out here next Saturday for the Bill Deitman Memorial Game here at Case Field, the final home game of the season, being dedicated to the memory of Bill Deitman, who passed away a couple of weeks ago, former mentor star and also a great running back, former team captain here at Case.
I think one of my favorite stories that came out over the last couple of weeks related to Deitman is the story that Coach Doublak told about how he had hoped that Bill Deitman could help tutor his daughter, and in the process possibly have a connection with Deitman and his daughter. And things didn't work out, but Debs was saying that was the kind of kid that Bill Deitman was, somebody that you definitely wanted to be part of your family, your football team, and your university.
Daganella's pass deflected and drops incomplete. 3rd down and 8 coming up for Washington University. Greg saying under normal circumstances he wouldn't want any of his players to get within 10 yards of his daughter.
Right.
But the Deitman was an exception to that rule, and really have not been able to find anyone with anything but glowing things to say about the way Bill Deitman conducted himself as a player and as a friend. And still very sad to think about that, but he'll be remembered fondly next Saturday here at Case Field. This ball almost picked off by Wade Self as Daganella fired it out to the left side. Not sure who that was intended for, Ed. Maybe Castelluccio out of the backfield, but knocked down and incomplete. And 4th down coming up on a quick 3-and-out for Wasu.
And had Self not gotten his hands on it, it would have been right between the 3 and the 1 on Ryan Ferguson's jersey. He was right there. Aganelli was going to have to throw it through 2 Case defenders to have a completion.
Eric Shalafor will punt. He has had a couple of tough goes of it so far. Right now kicking into the wind.
And now Washou's going to call a timeout.
Well, the play clock was down to 5, and they will take a timeout with 52 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. Case will get the ball back with almost a minute to go here in quarter number 1. We are at Case Field, 7-0 Spartans on a very breezy day. It is cold. Had some rain last night for high school football around the area, but so far today it has been dry. And a very tough weather week here in Northeast Ohio.
Yeah, if we have no rain today, it will be the first time in 9 days that we have not recorded rain in Northeast Ohio.
Calabrese drops back. He'll stand near his own 35-yard line to receive this punt from Eric Shalafor of the Bears.
Hard to believe that a week ago Thursday, Dave, it was in the low 80s here in Cleveland.
Here is the kick by Shalafor. Another short kick, angling near the sideline. Calabrese will have to let this one go by. It goes out of bounds in Case territory at the 34-yard line. A 36-yard kick. No return. Case will come out 1st and 10 from their own 34 with 43 seconds left to go. 7-0 Case on a Vinny Bell touchdown pass from Eric Olson. Billy Beecher will come in at quarterback right now as the Spartans continue to employ that 2-quarterback set very effectively. Bears showing blitz. Beecher Tries to get rid of it quickly, but he is caught and sacked in the backfield.
Case recognized the blitz, but offensively on the offensive line, they just didn't shift down on their assignments. And what it left was the center guard, or center and 2 guards to block 4 players, and it's just not possible.
And Matt Goad, the middle linebacker, came in, got the sack. 2nd down and 15 as the Spartans lose 5. The ball is back to the 29-yard line. Olsen checks back in at quarterback. 4 receivers set for the Spartans now. Olsen drops to throw, gets rid of it over the middle of the field. Lapsevic makes the catch at the 45-yard line. He is tackled immediately by Tate Byers, but it is good for a first down, and that's the end of the first quarter. Case will have it 1st and 10 from their own 46-yard line. We'll take a break right now, and second quarter action is just ahead on the Spartans Broadcasting Network.
Cleveland Marriott downtown at Key Center offers the versatility and reliability to meet your unique travel and meeting needs. From smart spaces to practical amenities to world-class service, our flagship hotel will deliver the quality experience you expect, backed by the Marriott name you trust. At Cleveland Marriott, we have one goal: to serve you better. Book your special Case Western Reserve rate by visiting us at clevelandmarriottdowntown.com and entering promotional code C0N.
Well, we go to the second quarter here at Case Field. The Spartans on top by a score of 7-0. Glad you're with us today for Spartans football. David Wilson along with Ed Dougherty. Eric Olson under center, 1st and 10. Spartans getting the first down on the final play of the first quarter on the completion to Lapsevic that went for 17 yards. Olson calling out the signals. They will keep it on the ground, give it to Manny Secret, and hits the hole, but problem was there was a bear right in the middle, some pushing and shoving right after the play was over. They get that separated out. Secret earns 1 yard and absorbs the big hit. Secret will jog off. Hanslick will check in. Brian Rice checks in as a wide receiver on the left. Lapsevic in the slot position. Tony Liebarger and Brian Erb on the right. Olson rolls, gives it to Erb on a screen pass, and dives ahead close to midfield. Might have picked up 2.5 yards. It'll be 3rd down coming up for Case.
First quarter numbers, Dave. Case ran 19 plays for 78 yards. Wasu, 12 offensive plays, 15 yards in total offense, including just 1 of 6 through the air for 2 yards passing for the Bears. Case doing a very nice job winning defensively, also getting the Bears off the field. They are 0 for 4 on 3rd down conversions this afternoon.
Eric Olson now 4 out of 6 for 30 yards passing. He'll go up top for Erb, and incomplete. Battling for the ball with Quincy Marting. Marting, the Hawaii product.
Ball hung in the air just as the wind was dying down. Olson threw it up there, and it didn't quite get out to where Erb needed it to be. A little underthrown, maybe hung up in the wind. Erb couldn't come back and get it.
Did a nice job going up for that, but Marting there defensively to short circuit the play. Alex Ojeda will come in to punt for Case. He stands back at his own 35. He will punt it away, angles it near the sideline. Mike McGovern decides not to field it on the big hop, and he lets it drop, and it's a good punt for Ojeda all the way back to the 13-yard line. 38-yard kick with no return for Ojeda. So the Bears will come back out, trailing it by a score of 7-0. 13:30 to go here in the first half. We're in the second quarter at Case Field. Eric Olson over on the sideline dons the headset. He'll talk to Derek Slesh up top. the Spartans' offensive coordinator. Back to throw, Daganella rolls to his right, gets it to Labarge out on the far sideline. Labarge up the sideline and finally tripped up by Kevin Nossum as he gets out across the 20 to the 24-yard line. That's a pickup of 11, and it's a first down for the Bears.
Yeah, totally busted play. They wanted to come near side on the wide receiver screen, and then Daganelli had to circle himself back into the end zone and found Labarge standing outside the numbers for the 11-yard gain.
First and 10 from the 24-yard line for the Bears.
Two tight end set.
He will throw it again, just stands straight up in the pocket, fires it out. It's caught over on the far sideline, trying to see who caught that pass over there. It looked like it was Drew Sexton, number 5, who hauled it in at the 29-yard line. That's a pickup of 5. Bears come back out. Quick huddle to second down and 5. Daganella will hand it to Castelluccio. Tries to run around the right end. Maybe crosses the 30. Is tackled. I thought he was out of bounds, Ed, but they keep the clock moving. Now, how could he have possibly been tackled inbounds?
We've seen a lot of that this year.
Very much so, yes. Guy goes getting knocked completely out of bounds, but they say he was tackled inbounds to the 31. It's third down and 3. 12:06 to go, second quarter. Daganella calls out the signals. He is just a junior, 6'2", 205. Quick strike out to the far side, caught by Tim Bartholomew. Good yardage after the catch, up the near sideline. Finally hauled down by Brandon Flick, the Spartans cornerback, but first down yardage gained by Bartholomew as he makes his second grab of the day, and he gets all the way out to the 47-yard line. First and 10. Case up 7-0.
Well, Wasu has just gone into this two tight end set, and Case is giving the wide receivers a lot of space, and they're just quick hitters to the outside.
Castelluccio gets the call, and he will be tackled behind the line of scrimmage back near the 45-yard line. This is going to lose 2 as the Spartans cover that play well.
Wade Self, Kevin Nossum read it well from their linebacker positions, knifed in there for the loss.
Castelluccio could not quite gain any upfield momentum there after taking the handoff deep, and he was wrestled down by a host of Spartans. Second down and 12 from the 45-yard line. The Bears operating in their own territory. 11 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Case up by a touchdown. Daganella time to throw. Guns it over the middle, intended for Mitch McMahon, the tight end. McMahon, a big target to throw to, 6'4", 240. He's out of Kansas City, Missouri.
Wasu certainly gets players from all over the country. We've mentioned that before. I've seen it on the basketball team as well. They've got kids from New York City all the way to Hawaii on this team, kids from Florida to Washington State.
Yeah, very good basketball programs at Wasu on both the men's and the women's side.
The women's team won 4 consecutive national titles at Division III in the late 90s, early 2000. Nancy Fay is a Hall of Famer.
Castelluccio on a draw play. Breaks it to the outside. Gets away from one tackler. Gets across midfield. And is finally hit and knocked down near the 48-yard line of the Spartans. That'll be good for about 7. And a nice run by Castelluccio. He broke a tackle over on the sideline. Now this time, well, no, they say he did not get out of bounds. Clock continues to move at 10:30 to go here in the second quarter. A couple of plays that appeared to be out of bounds. It's going to cost Wasu about 2 minutes of clock time. 4th down and 6. And Chalifour has to punt this one away. Calabrese drifting back, makes the catch at his own 8, dives ahead, gets close to the 15-yard line on the return, and Case will take over deep in their own territory with 10:06 to play here in quarter number 2. Spartans in their home blue uniforms today with the white helmets. Wasu in their traveling white jerseys. The color would you say those pants are, Ed?
My color or what they officially label them as?
What is it officially labeled as?
I think it's a bone or a light gray. For me, it just looks like a dirty white. But
all right, we'll go with that. I like the bone. That's a good color for a football day. Bone. All right, out to the 20-yard line. Secre getting the first carry.
Well, you notice that anymore that colors for high school, college, and pro teams are now approaching the labels they put on nail polishes for colors.
Yeah, that's a problem. Olsen changes up the play. High in the backfield, 2 receivers set to the left. He'll roll that way, fires it out for Hockman, and it is dropped, incomplete. 3rd down and 7 for Case at their own 20-yard line. They lead it 7-0 with 9:27 to go here in the first half.
Everything backwards on that play. Olsen rolling to his left, throwing with his right, threw it behind Hockman, who had to come back to the ball as he was fading to his right, reached back to his left. Nothing in sync.
Case looking at a 3rd down. Spartans opened up conference play with a win last week at the University of Chicago. Key game today, trying to set up a UAA championship. Back to throw Olsen, lost the football, picked up by a lineman, run near the sideline as that one was picked up and carried by Shea Baker after the ball popped away from Olsen.
Did Baker get enough for a first
down?
down?
Might have gotten the first down. We'll see. The linesman standing at the 26-yard line, but I think he needed to get to the 27.
Oh.
Very close after picking up the loose ball. There's an injured Spartan over on the sideline. They're taking a look at, can't quite see who that is. Spartans will punt. Ojeda to kick this one away. Mike McGovern standing back near midfield. They'll kick it away from McGovern and hope for a good bounce. They don't really get it. And it's downed by the Spartans at the 49-yard line. A 24-yard kick by Ojeda, was hoping for a good bounce. But the Bears will start in Case territory. Well, that could have been disastrous on the fumble, but Baker picked it up and was able to run it back and almost got the first down.
That's a lineman's dream. And get a carry and a first down.
Daganella comes back out as the Bears quarterback. He will fake the handoff, drops back to throw, looking for Labarge, throws it low, hit by Watson as he got rid of the ball. And it's incomplete with 8:33 to go here in the second quarter.
Watson didn't bite on the inside handoff and was standing in Daganelli's face as he bootlegged out to the right.
Well, a great weekend for high school football here in Northeast Ohio. I take it you're working a game tonight.
I will be working a game tonight, yes. Austintown Fitch makes the trip from the Mahoning Valley, Youngstown area. And will come in to play St. Ignatius tonight.
Big doubleheader today at Byers Field.
Yeah.
Daganella throwing it, caught by Sexton out in the flat, and then wrestled out of bounds by the Spartans. He gets close to the 45-yard line, a short pickup.
After a confusing week here in Ohio High School.
Yeah, what a disaster.
That involved 2 counties, 3 courts, and 7 high schools. They finally got it straightened out and
straightened out and back where they started.
Where they started, yes. Although those that claim to have been in the playoffs and the Cleveland Heights Tigers, I think, still had a claim to be made in how the OHSAA enforced some of their rules.
Back to throw, Daganella on 3rd down. Hit as he throws by Michael Harris. Pass goes incomplete, and the senior out of Shaker Heights makes a big play as he puts the pressure on Daganella, the quarterback, and forces the incompletion and leaves it now at 4th and 8 for the Bears. They will have to punt it away. 7-0 Spartans with 8:11 to go here in the second quarter. Chalifour will punt to Calabrese, who stands back at his own 10-yard line. Bears should be able to pin Case back deep. Back to punt Chalifour. This is his best punt of the day. That's a great spiraling kick, and Calabrese makes the fair catch at the 16-yard line. Nicely done. 31-yard kick for Chalifour. Got a nice spiral on that one, and the Spartans will come out offensively, leading it by a touchdown.
And again, we talked about it. Case is still winning on first and second down, and Wasu is not really put together a sustained drive all afternoon. So defensively, Case is staying in the ball game, and offensively, the Spartans haven't done anything disastrous, and they've done just enough to move the ball downfield and manage the ball game.
Beecher will keep it as he starts this drive at quarterback. Nowhere to run. And is hit and tackled near the line of scrimmage. We'll see if he got any forward progress, maybe out to the 17-yard line. It is a cold day, low 40s, as the Spartans and Bears contest this UAA game here at Case Field.
These two teams in the preseason considered to be the two better teams in the UAA. Carnegie Mellon and Chicago were picked to finish third, or tied for third.
Secre gets the handoff. He is quickly grabbed in the backfield by Matt Goad. Then he got quick defensive help, and they wrestle Secre down. No gain on the play. It'll be third down and 8 for the Spartans from the 19-yard line.
A win today by Case, and it would give them a co-championship in the UAA. And if they put together back-to-back wins, obviously 3-0 in the conference, and they'll win their fourth title in 6 seasons.
Yeah, next Saturday they will host Carnegie Mellon here in a 2 o'clock game. It'll be a 2 p.m. Eastern time game next Saturday here at Case Field. Back to throw. Olsen goes up top looking for Erb, and again that same battle with the defensive back Quincy Marting, and the pass is incomplete.
And again, underthrown as well. Olsen needs to throw that ball out a little farther, understand the speed maybe that Erb has going down the field, and if he leads Erb can simply run under it. He has a step or two, but just unable to come back on the football with it being underthrown.
Washington University holds the lead in the all-time series against Case, 17-9. Here is a short kick by Ojeda. He shanked that one. Case does get a favorable bounce, though, as it rolls out of bounds right at midfield. That makes it easy to figure. It's a 31-yard punt with no return. But if not for the favorable bounce, Ed, that could have been a disaster.
Yeah, it hit the ground only 20 yards past the line of scrimmage.
So the temperature's definitely having an effect today on the receivers and the punting game.
But kicking with no wind, both punters who have been kicking from left to right have struggled when they've kicked right to left. They've had no problem.
Back to throw Daganella on first down. He'll go up top, deep downfield. That one is incomplete. Looking for Connor Sapp, the sophomore out of Ashland, Nebraska, who could not run under that one. Case beat WashU 16-6 last year in St. Louis. Another game that Ed Dougherty decided not to show up at.
Those road trips are brutal anymore, Dave.
Yeah, you're getting older. Tougher to travel.
You know, those airlines just don't meet my schedules anymore.
Yeah, it's tough.
And with the gross personal wealth of myself, just unable to afford the private jet.
Daganella over the middle, caught by Max Elliott, the tight end, and makes the grab inside the 30. First down yardage. That one's going to go for 22 yards. And perhaps the best throw we've seen from Daganella so far today. He put that one right on the money.
Looked comfortable in the pocket. Case not able to put the pressure on him, and he was able to step up, lofted over the linebackers and inside the defensive backs for the 22-yard completion.
6 minutes to go, second quarter, 7-0 Spartans. Back to throw Daganella. He'll wing this one downfield for the end zone. It is incomplete. That time looking for Bartholomew in the end zone. He was covered there by Brandon Flick. And in fact, they got their feet tangled up at the last second. Bartholomew went down, but incidental contact there, no interference. Spartans have won 4 of the last 5 meetings against Wasu. Prior to that, the Bears had won 15 in a row from 92 to 2006. 5:51 to go here in the second quarter. Castelluccio on the carry. Tries to break it around the right side. Spartans string that one out. He hits the pile near the 25-yard line. So he picks up 3. And it is 3rd down and a long 6 for the Bears, who trail the Spartans by a score of 7-0. Well, the scoring recap will not take long at halftime if it stays like this. Spartans do have a touchdown. Vinny Bell, catch and run, 11-yard strike from Eric Olson. That has been the only score of the day so far, but Wasu in Case territory deep. Daganella will try and run for it. Still looking downfield, keeping his options open. He will fire it. It is incomplete. Sexton trying to get open on the sideline. Ball was overthrown. Daganella on the run. Had a chance to run it maybe, Ed, but elected to get back behind the line of scrimmage and fire a pass downfield. It'll bring about 4th down.
Tried to throw it downfield, couldn't do it, and was very close to the line of scrimmage as he stepped up in the pocket, then had to drift back behind the 25, with the 24 being the line of scrimmage.
4th and 6 from the 24. They will attempt a field goal. Looks like Alex Hallwax is in to try the field goal. They will hold it at the 31, 41-yard attempt. This ball is no good.
Missed it to the right.
Pushed it off to the right just a little. He had the distance. Hallwax now 5 of 7 on the season. He was 3 of 3 from that range prior to that kick, but just a little bit wide. It stays 7-0, and the Spartans will come back out and take over.
In a fast-moving first half, Dave.
4:55 to go here in the second quarter. Hallwax is definitely a weapon. He was the special teams athlete of the week last week. Just a freshman, tied a school record with 3 field goals last week against Carnegie Mellon. Hockman takes a screen pass from Beecher and rumbles out near the 30-yard line, a pickup of 6 for the Spartans on their first down play. Second down coming up. Football marked at the 30-yard line. They'll hand it up the middle. Olson checking back in at quarterback. They gave the ball to Manny Secre, the sophomore out of Miami. Cut down very quickly. 3rd down and 3 coming up for the Spartans here in the second quarter. Defense has played very well today. We'll have a complete look at our first half stats coming up at the halftime break. We'll also have some other features for you. 7-0 Spartans. Olson stays in at quarterback. Olson goes back, hands it to Secre. It's ahead of the 30 and dives out close to the 34-yard line. He is going to be very close to a first down. And they say go ahead and move those chains. It is a first down run for Manny Secre with 3.5 minutes to go here in the first half. Hanslick checks in at tailback now. Hockman will stay in at fullback. Rice is in as a wide receiver. Erb is the receiver on the far left side of the field. Football on the right hash mark. Eric Olson takes the snap for the Spartans. Rolls out, gives it to Rice. Pops out of his hands, incomplete. Andrew Skalman there defensively for the Washington University Bears. It'll be 2nd down and 10. Case will get a new place and in from the sideline. 19 seniors being honored before the game today, playing here on Senior Day. Case does have one final home game left next week. That will be the Bill Deitman Memorial Game. We hope to see all of you out here at Case Field.
Academic Bowl against Carnegie Mellon.
Hanslick gets the handoff. Good head of steam, running close to the 40-yard line. Not sure he was ever down, and dives ahead and gets an extra yard as he rolled over the top of a Bear defender who was on the ground. He gets all the way out to the 41-yard line. Nice run by Hanslick. Third down, and we'll call it a long 3, more like 3rd and 4 right now. Secret checks in. He's the lone setback. Olson at quarterback. Case leading it by a score of 7-0. 2.5 minutes to go here in the second quarter at Case Field. Not sure where they want Olson to be. He'll call a timeout. Case uses the timeout. That's their second timeout. They'll have one remaining. 2:26 to go here in the second quarter. As they take a timeout, so will we. More second quarter action coming up next. Case leading it by a score of 7-0 over Washington University on the Spartans Broadcasting Network.
Cleveland Marriott downtown at Key Center offers the versatility and reliability to meet your unique travel and meeting needs. From smart spaces to practical amenities to world-class service, our flagship hotel will deliver the quality experience you expect, backed by the Marriott name you trust. At Cleveland Marriott, we have one goal: to serve you better. Book your special Case Western Reserve rate by visiting us at clevelandmarriottdowntown.com and entering promotional code C0N.
Have you heard the news? The Intercontinental Cleveland has earned its 9th consecutive 4-Diamond Award from AAA in recognition of its high-quality accommodations and exceptional service standards. Planning an important event like a corporate meeting, annual conference, fundraising gala, holiday party, or a highly personalized wedding? Choose excellence in Intercontinental Cleveland. Our planning professionals will take time to consider every detail and lead you through an experience that is proudly world-class. Call us today at 216-707-4100 for more details or to request a tour of our spectacular accommodations.
2:26 to go before halftime. Case looking at a 3rd and 3. Olson hands it to Secret, running hard up the middle and looks to have the first down. He needed to get to the 46, and that's where he got. So Secret gets him the 3 yards for the first down. He has had some good, hard runs, Ed,
well, and he was
for first down yardage.
Submarine by Tate Byers, but he still managed to get over the top and pick up the needed yards to keep the chains moving.
Well, dives ahead of the block on that run. Got a good block there on the offensive line by Cullen Dolan. Number 59 for the Spartans. Picks up close to 2, second down, and 8 from the 47-yard line.
Tate Byers is the only safety, and he is rolled towards the strong side of the formation.
Olson takes the snap in the shotgun, pump fakes. Now he'll go up top looking for Lapsevic. That ball's intercepted. Diving interception by Byers, and Wasu forces the turnover as Olson is picked off, and the Bears will take over with 1:39 to go here in the second quarter.
Olson had another receiver on the opposite side of the field down the seam, same route that Rice ran. Byers was rolled towards Rice side of the field to start the play. Olson never moved him a little further over, and with that, simply overshot Rice and into the hands of Byers. If he moves the safety with a pump fake or his eyes, then I believe it was Erb who was down the seam on the far side of the field.
10th interception for Eric Olson this year. Daganella guns it downfield. This one is up for grabs, and it ends up being over everybody's head and out of bounds. If anyone was going to catch that ball, it was going to be Brandon Flick of the Spartans, but it was out of bounds, overthrown.
Well, Flick did a nice job. He had a nice hip turn, set himself down, found a position, and really prevented the offensive reception from happening while the ball was in the air, and then was looking for the pick himself.
1:34 to go, second quarter. Daganella back to throw, pressure coming, fired a screen pass. It was caught at the 15-yard line for a 3-yard loss. Castelluccio caught the pass point blank range.
Well, Case ran a stunt up front, and Brandon Bryant simply backed into coverage as part of the stunt, and he was right there to swallow up Castellucci.
Michael Harris was pressuring the quarterback as he was able to get rid of that ball just in time. We have 1 minute to go in the second quarter. 3rd down and 13. Ball on the 15-yard line of the Bears. Flag comes out. Spartans were offside. Daganella throws it downfield and throws it out of bounds. That one caught the official right in the chest.
Brandon Bryant couldn't get back, and when Daganella saw the flag down as he was rolling to his right, he figured I'd take the shot downfield. He knew he had the Case defensive line in his pocket.
47 seconds left. They'll move it ahead 5 yards, and the football will be placed at the 20-yard line. So it'll be 3rd down and 8 now, with 47 seconds left before halftime. Daganella in the shotgun. Castelluccio is the lone setback. Back to throw Daganella. He will run it straight up the middle. Quarterback draw. Gets out near the 28, maybe to the 29-yard line, and should have the first down. Well, Spartans were hoping to get the ball back, but the penalty and now the nice run by Daganella gives Wasu a first down out at the 29-yard line. 7-0 Spartans. Daganella will throw it left side, caught by Drew Sexton at the 35, spins forward and gets near the 40, stays in bounds.
Flick wrapped him up, but then spun him around like a top and happened to throw him forward on the takedown. And a timeout taken, I believe, by Wasu.
Wasu uses one of their 2 remaining timeouts. Larry Kinbaum in his familiar ball cap, white dress shirt, red tie over on the sideline. They'll talk things over. Offensive coordinator of the Bears is Scott Mueller. The defensive coordinator is Jim Ryan. 18 seconds to go here in the second quarter. 7-0. Bears started their conference season a week ago as they picked up a win over Carnegie Mellon 15-3. We're talking again about the long tenure of Larry Kinbaum at Wasu. In 22 of their 23 seasons under Larry Kinbaum, they have recorded a 500 or better record.
Well, that is in jeopardy today as they stand at
3-5.
3-5. He needs to win their final 2 games and win a UAA championship in order to reach the 500 mark.
Clock moving, 24 seconds left. Plenty of time on the play clock for Daganella. He takes the snap, drops back to throw. He'll go deep downfield, and this pass again, incomplete. Thrown out of bounds. Tim Bartholomew, the intended target.
Nice coverage again by Brandon Flick, just doing a nice job. He's just squatting in an area and really preventing the offensive receivers from getting into their route. So good technique by Flick is preventing that long fade route down the sideline.
Bartholomew, a 6'1" sophomore out of Aurora, Colorado. Played his high school ball at Smoky Hill High School. Timeout taken by the Bears. It'll be their final timeout. Case has 1 timeout left with 19 seconds to go in the second quarter. 7-0 Spartans. Well, Case Ed with a chance to go 7-3 and win the UAA if they can win today and finish things out next week against Carnegie Mellon.
Well, Mellon already 0-1 on the season. They're playing an 0-1 Chicago team today. So Case has a win in their pocket. If Carnegie Mellon wins next week, that would put them at 1-1. And Case Western also would be 1-1 if they lose today, so the championship would be up for grabs next week. A win by Case today would make them 2-0 and
at least a share.
At least a share.
Second down and 10 from
Possibly
the 39.
A three-way tie.
Wasu down 7-0, trying to do something with these final 19 seconds. Back to throw Daganella. Pressure coming. They have him. He will go down. Harris records the sack. Watson was there. More help was arriving quickly for the Spartans.
Now, Wasu's trying to sprint back and get it snapped, but
just 1 second left. They will not get it off. That's the end of the first half. Colin Dessens helped out on that defensive play as well. So the Spartans getting a sack to end the first half, and they preserve a 7-0 lead.